What's wrong?
Silly stressed out because finals week is coming up and I'm so not prepared. I'm just gonna fail.
Oh, you should visit UCI's Counseling Center.
Oh, we have one?
Yeah, it's right next to the Cross-Cultural Center and the Career Center.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a peer educator and I'm gonna pick something up from there. Would you like a tour?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, the counselors are really nice and they have great resources in there.
Oh, nice.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Hi, Christy. I'm just showing my friend around the Counseling Center. Can you tell her what you do and how a student can make an appointment with a counselor?
Hello, this is the Counseling Center. We are open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Here is the front desk where you can call or come in to make an initial intake appointment. Also where you'll check in for any future counseling appointments. If you would like to schedule and start to see a counselor here, you'll just call here at the front desk, ask to schedule an intake, and the receptionist will be able to do that for you. We also have, anytime that we're open, we have a counselor who is on call. They are here to deal and to help you deal with any crisis or urgent or time-sensitive situations that may come up for you.
Thanks, Christy. Hey, Jessica, do you want to meet the director of the Counseling Center?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, let's go. Bye.
Hi, nice to see you. I just want to let you know that, of course, this is a counseling center for students. I'm the director here, Dr. Jeannie Manessi. And if there's anything that is helpful to you here that I can help you with, I'm happy to do that. But our staff is great, the student staff is great, and we're here for students. So I just wanted you to feel welcome.
It was great meeting you.
Oh, nice meeting you too. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey guys!
Hey, Paula.
Hey Christine, hey Jessica. What are you guys doing?
I'm just showing Jessica around the Counseling Center. She's never been here before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Hey, I have to pick up some flyers and go flyering. Can you finish the tour for me?
Yeah. Do you want to meet some of the counselors?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Bye guys.
Bye, guys.
Hi, Dr. Martina. There we go. How are you? I'm fine. How are you?
Come on in. So a student will call and they will schedule an appointment with the front desk, and a 45-minute to an hour time block will be set aside. And during that time, the counselor that meets with them will gather information and will then determine what's the best fit in terms of a counselor on staff.
I do some chit chat sometimes when I'm bringing them back here, because at the very start when I meet them, I want them to feel comfortable and at ease, because many times students are maybe not familiar with the counseling process, maybe have never seen a psychologist or a therapist before. So I feel like that's my first opportunity to make an impression with them. And at the very end of an intake, so my first appointment with them is really to decide, where do we go from here? Is it individual counseling, maybe with me or another clinician that's here, which is a therapist, psychologist, or maybe a group therapy situation, because we provide groups here. Or there's external resources. Sometimes there might be a support group external to here, or maybe it's about me connecting them with another resource, like another mentor, or some other kind of resource or external referral that I can look into.
At the Counseling Center, we have an on-call counselor available Monday to Friday, 8 to 5, and that's called urgent care. Sometimes students find them in situations, emergencies or crises where they really can't wait for an appointment with one of our counselors here. So we have someone available Monday to Friday, 8 to 5, where a student can come in, talk to the front desk, and ask to speak to the urgent care or on-call counselor. That on-call counselor can spend a bit of time with that student to figure out what they need to do at that moment or in that crisis. Well, at the Counseling Center, we see students and we talk about everything that you can possibly imagine. But typically what I'll work with students are things focused on relationships, anxiety, depression, sadness, fighting in conflict with their family. Sometimes we'll talk about even heavier things like death and loss of family and friends, end of romantic relationships. I'll talk about students about thoughts of harming themselves, suicide, or maybe their friends are experiencing thoughts of suicide or harming themselves. Those are typically the types of things that I'll talk about with students.
For continuing students, we have students who start to experience life without their parents around them. So they maybe have the breakup of a relationship. They maybe get their first C ever in their life. They end up losing a friend back home that they thought was going to be their best friend forever. And so they go through these periods of emotional ups and downs. And it's the first time they've had to go through that on their own without their parents there to talk to, sort it out with.
My areas of interest really center on the kind of the experiences of students and peoples in the U.S. that typically feel marginalized by society. So in terms of my clinical work and even my research work, they center on Asian Americans, Asian American students, Asian American families, those particularly in college and those wanting to go into graduate school. In addition, a lot of my research and clinical work centers on the experiences of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning students.
First and foremost, I get to do the counseling, which I love to do. I like also doing whatever advocacy work I can do in mentoring to allow underserved populations or underrepresented populations to thrive in a university environment. Well, let me highlight this first. What I notice with students, especially college students, the first things that go are their diet, sleep, and exercise. And something I always ask them is, what good are you to other people and helping other people when you're not taking care of yourself?
I think it's important to stay connected to friends, and not just shoot the breeze, and not just hanging out. But I think all that's important. But I think I would encourage all students to really have deep, powerful conversations with their friends.
I think the first tip in advocating the Counseling Center and counseling is, if your world starts to get a little shaky, is to just find a way into the Counseling Center to talk to somebody about it. We have student peers, we have coaches, so if it doesn't feel like you want to talk to a psychologist, we have students who are trained to really help you also. So there's a place here to get connected.
Well, let me mention three programs that I think are really important for students to know about. Number one is the peer educator program that provides primary mental health services, prevention services to students on campus. This is about training students to be able to learn skills to help keep their stress level down. And there are a number of different kinds of services in that program. One of the other programs that students can get involved with here in the Counseling Center and also have an opportunity to provide services to other students on campus is the Coach program that's run by one of the other clinicians on our staff. And then the last one that I would mention would be the LGBT Mentor program, which is another opportunity for students to get involved and be of service to others.
Well, I think that about concludes our little tour of the Counseling Center. What do you think?
The counseling seemed really nice, and I think I'm going to try to go to one of those peer educator workshops Dr. C was talking about.
Cool. All right, well, let's get going.
Okay.
Hey guys!
Hey.
Christine.
All done with the tour?
Yeah, we talked to some of the counselors, and they told us all about what they do.
Oh cool, aren't they really nice?
Yeah, they are.
Do you know that they offer 8 free sessions to UCI students a year?
Nice.
Yeah, and the Counseling Center is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I feel so much less stressed knowing that other students are going through what I'm going through, but it's great to know that there's help when I need some.
Yeah. Do you want to get some Starbucks?
Yeah,
Let's go.